Hey everyone, it is theBubblelush, and welcome to May 2011. How in the world is it already May? That is crazy. I am currently driving north, and it is in the afternoon, so the sun is back there, and it's kind of washing across, and so looking in the picture, it doesn't look that great, but hopefully you'll enjoy listening. Hannah and I had a really good visit with my mom. We totally surprised her. She was having a horrible day, and Hannah just made it all better like she always does, so that was a lot of fun. And we went out to dinner at the golf course and just had a really good time. So they were really sad to see us go, but I was like, I have to go home. I gotta do laundry and everything that I should have been doing during the work week, so but I'll see her tomorrow. Anyways, while I was there, my dad and I were talking about this TV show that I watch, and I can't remember if it's on CBS or NBC, and for those of you in other countries, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but you'll still maybe get something out of this conversation. It's a show called Who Do You Think You Are? And I think I'm going to put that as the blog title because people will think I'm talking about haters or something, but I'm not. What it is they take celebrities and they work with genealogists and Ancestry.com and find out about their family tree and find family stories and where they came from and kind of learn more about the characters, you know, of their ancestors. So I think this is really neat. I share with you guys my different pastimes and hobbies, and one of them is genealogy. I think it is so interesting, and I think it's because you know, I grew up in Oregon and I have a very small family. Mainly it was just, you know, me and my mom and my dad and my half brother, and then my half brother is 11 years older than me, and so I mean, you know, when you think about that, he was a senior in high school when I was a first grader, so he went off to college, and so for the vast majority of my life, it was just me and my mom and my dad. And my mom's family is in Texas, and my dad's family is in Arkansas. So, you know, every Christmas, all holidays, it was just the three of us. And so, and that is such a different way of living than I think Chris was brought up, because Chris's whole family is in Minnesota, and he has two younger sisters, and both of his parents have lots of siblings, and so there's just like aunts and uncles and cousins, and you know, oh yeah, we would go to this grandma and grandpa's house, and we would go to this grandma and grandpa's house, and I was like, I flew back to Texas like maybe once every other year to go see grandma type of thing. Like, so the role that family has played in our life has been very different, and I think because my family was so kind of unreachable in a way, I'm just kind of interested about those family stories that I think that you would hear, you know, just sitting around the table talking, and you would just kind of slowly pick them up as you grow up. But since, you know, I never really got to have conversations with my relatives, I don't know any of these stories, and I don't really know, you know, who great aunt so-and-so is, you know, because I've never met them. So, anywho, I really like looking up on Ancestry.com and finding the census records, and not only tracing back my family tree, but like seeing who my, you know, great-grandma's sister was, and then tracing that forward and seeing if I have any living relatives now that are like, might know something, you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm talking about? So anyways, I think genealogy is very neat. In this show, Who Do You Think You Are? What they do is they're like, I want to learn more about my father's side of the family. And so, not only do they just go on Ancestry.com and look everything up online, but they actually go to, like if they find out that their ancestor is from Sweden, they like go to Sweden and they find the house that their, you know, great-great-great-grandmother grew up in. Or, and sometimes there's like neighbors that still live in these small villages that remember your grandmother growing up. Like, it's just, that's so amazing. And I'm just thinking, there's got to be a business or a company that does this. You know what I mean? That like will take you on like an ancestry tour mother's father's mother came over from Sweden. So I know that I have ancestors in Sweden, and I would love to be able to go back there and see the village that they came from, and see if I have any relatives in Sweden nowadays that are like, you know, kind of related. I think that that would be awesome. And you know, when I was in Denmark, we would go over to Sweden all the time because Copenhagen and Malmo are connected by, oh, you Danish people are going to correct me, but what is it, like a high-speed train? God, that was so long ago. Anyways, and we would ride it over to Malmo and then kind of explore. And I just kept kicking myself that I didn't figure out where my relatives were from. So then when I was near Sweden, I could like go there. And my mom really wants to go. She's never been to Sweden, so I think like that would just be like a really awesome vacation to go back to Sweden and kind of see where everyone's from. And I think that it really gives you an appreciation for your life now, because you think that like, you know that your great grandma grew up here and died here, but the thing is that like if it wasn't for her and if it wasn't for the life that she led, you would not exist. Do you know what I mean? So like there was this episode, I think it was Ashley Judd, and she found out that her relative was, I believe, in Pickett's Charge. And in Pickett's Charge, what they did was they didn't load their rifles, they just charged with only their bayonets, you know, those little swords on the top of their rifle. And like they lost 75% of their men. Like it was just the most retarded thing in the whole world. And her relative suffered a gunshot to his leg, and he had to have a field amputation. And then so the doctors came out and they amputated his leg out in the middle of the field, and then they left him. And you know, he was taken as like a prisoner of war because, you know, they couldn't take him back. So, and then they found out that when this happened, this kid was like 15, 16 years old. So he recovered from that, and then I guess he was a prisoner of war a second time. And he went back and he had kids because he had to have, or else Ashley Judd wouldn't be here. So I mean, just like things like that are so amazing, and I think that they're bits of history that we need to really appreciate in our family. Not just where they were born and where they died, but like really how they lived. I think that nowadays we don't necessarily learn enough lessons from our ancestors, and we don't ask the right questions, and we don't take like a, you know, just more of a written history, because I think that those are treasures that are really, really important. And as a scrapbooker, so look at that full circle, I really want Hannah to be able to look and know what she was like, you know, as a 6-month-old, and like know where we lived and know what we did. And so that's why I think scrapbooking is so important. Oh, look, I tied it back so nicely. So anyway, do you guys watch that show? Do you watch Who Do You Think You Are? Do you guys ever log on to Ancestry.com and poke around on your family tree? Do you know like what country your family is from? Would you ever want to go back there? And man, oh man, if there was a company that would take you on like a tour of your family tree, is that something that you would do? Because I would do it in a heartbeat. I think that is the neatest thing. So, yes, good times. Hannah is asleep even with me talking this loud. She is passed out in the back seat. I timed this very well. I left right as she was starting her nap. So hopefully she will nap the whole way there, and then we're going to go stop and see Chris at his new store. And say hi to everyone. We miss him. And then we're going to go home and unpack this car. Holy. And maybe get some cleaning or some scrapbooking or something done. So I hope you guys had a really, really great weekend. And next weekend is Mother's Day, and that's exciting for me, and I know that that's a tough weekend for some. So I'm looking forward to it, and at the same time, like it's my thoughts are with those that are trying to conceive still, because I understand. So everyone have a great day and a great week, and welcome to May. That is just amazing. Where did April go? I don't know. Bye guys.